is found. Podcasts, no doubt. From small town tales to big city schemes, we'll share them all and live our dreams. Laughs are plenty and jokes abound. Join the fun on Good As Found. Good As Found, now that's our name. Listen in and you'll be glad.
Welcome back to another episode of the Good As Found podcast. I'm your host, D-Lane.
And I'm T-Rev.
Yeah, buddy.
Heck yeah, dude. Just warming up, wetting our whistles.
What we got in store for today, old son?
Ow now, brown cow. Bubbleguts Billy takes his booster shot before bedtime. Boots.
What is this? I've never heard of that.
We're doing
one.
ad-libs.
I've never heard of that.
You're supposed to warm up our vocal cords, so getting started strong.
Yeah. Are you gonna perform a concert for us tonight?
Man, I was just at a concert, and that's the last thing I want to do is perform at a concert.
What kind of concert did you go to?
Oh, man. Well, my uncle's in an AC/DC cover band. He's actually in like 11 of them.
Dude, that's sick.
Because he's been doing it for like 20 years. Super good guitarist. But I think he dresses up as who is
Angus Young.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Whoever the
Angus Young.
that's not who it is. I don't know who it is. Whoever the AC/DC guitarist is that like dances on stage and goes crazy. It's super good, but
Oh, I love it.
yeah, it was at the warehouse. It was a family outing. We all went out there. It was pretty rad. It was great to see him. He's from California. I haven't seen him in like 15 years. So that was awesome.
How was the overall experience of it?
The crowd.
The environment.
The crowd, you just see them. It's all these people that are like 50 and over and just so much leather.
I can imagine.
All the girls had leather pants, and then all the guys had leather jackets with patches that said Dying Fetus, Pantera, Megadeth, Anthrax,
I love it. I love it.
Pennywise. Yeah, you're like, oh my gosh.
It doesn't get much better than that.
So yeah, a lot of people watching, but I mean a huge crowd. There's so many people. I was like, oh my god.
I can imagine.
We couldn't
yeah.
even find parking. We had to park at the gym.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, dang.
this is crazy. But he's actually in like 11 different. He plays in like 11 different bands, and so this
How
was.
does he keep up?
Well, he's retired now.
Oh, I know, but like 11 different bands?
That's what's crazy about this one, and why he came out all the way up for this. They had never played together. They had never even rehearsed together.
Really?
So the live show was the first time he had played with them.
Oh, wow. Dude,
And
that's sweet.
it was crazy, and it was great. They were kind of critiquing it, like, we'll do better tomorrow night and stuff. But I'm like, the fact that like their guitarist, I think he broke his hand or something, and they're like, so they got my uncle in there, and on like short notice or whatever he plays, and that was their first time ever playing together, no rehearsal, nothing. I'm like, dude, that's crazy.
Dude, that's wild. Like, I can't imagine that. Like, how do you get like
I'll have to show you the videos. I'll throw them up on this because the singer, I mean, he sounded just like the AC/DC singer.
right?
Which I'm like, cool, sounded great. But then when he was like talking to us, I was like, what in the world? Because he's from Chile.
Oh, wow.
So he has just this thick, like Chilean accent. And so it really caught me off guard. I was like, is this Antonio Banderas?
dude, that is so cool.
It was pretty rad. But yeah, the crowd, I was like, oh my gosh. There was one guy in there. He was the one with the huge Dying Fetus patch on and just bald head. He was probably doing taxes all day at his day job and then gets off work and just blows off some steam. But he was trying to mosh, and people were getting so mad, dude, like so frustrated because he's just running into people and just being a doofus. And I'm just looking at him like, this ain't the show.
Well, they're like all in their 50s, you said. So can you imagine just a bunch of just middle-aged people just moshing
he
it out?
wasn't much younger too. I'm like, hey, come on, old boy, settle down. Oh man.
Oh, that'd be quite a sight to see.
Yeah, it was.
I'd love to see it.
It was pretty funny, but yeah, we aren't doing any concert story. Well, I mean that
Sounded rough.
that was a tough one. Yeah, we're breaking the set. No biggie.
No,
Maybe we should have a concert with that kind of stuff.
Man, that's
What's new with you, dude?
There's some interesting things going on in the outside world. We're trying to launch a business at this point.
You gotta tell us the deets, dude.
Are we like? Can we talk? Why? Okay, why not?
Mm-hmm. So what we're here for. We're a all-inclusive podcast. We let you guys in on all the details.
So what I'm trying to do is I have a very big fascination.
Fashion Nation. Okay,
No.
RuPaul's drag show. Drag queen, let's go, baby.
Fascination with firearms. I love them.
Right, yeah.
I love to shoot guns. But I recently got a new pistol a few months ago. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't find a holster for it. And when I finally did, it was like $80. And it's just, when I got it, it was like this just piece of crap plastic holster. Like it's nothing fancy whatsoever. Right. So what I'm doing is I'm making my own.
Yeah.
And we're gonna sell them for cheaper. They're gonna be just as good.
Better.
If not better.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get them out to people. Because
I can't wait.
It's gonna be sick, dude.
I'm excited to see them. Yeah. Well, you're filling a gap in the market where there's just, you're like, I can do this better.
Oh, I definitely could do it better.
You've already had the entrepreneurial spirit. Like, you've had some ideas.
I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to own my own business, have my own product, do something that you can, makes you proud.
It sounds fun, like venturing out, being like, oh, I want to be the entrepreneur. And then you're like, health insurance is really nice.
You're right. No,
so if you could do both, that's the way to do it. That's rad.
We're just in the beginning stages right now, just kind of planning. Nothing's been
brainstorming, getting everything. Yeah.
Just getting all the supplies, getting everything together. It's not.
GAF's going to be the first ones to see it. Dude.
Absolutely, GAF will be the first one to see the first product. I'll tell you what, the first prototype. We'll put it on. We'll put it front and center. We'll put it right here.
We'll do a giveaway, dude.
Oh, dude, we should.
The 5th person to buy one gets a free sticker.
The 5th person?
Yeah.
Not the first?
Nah, the first.
That poor old boy. He's going to be suffering.
I mean, if he's local enough, we could give him free shipping to where we could bring it to him or something, but he's got to be in like a 5 or 10 mile radius because anything more than that, the tire's already so bald. It's
Dude, we'd blow a tire on the way. Yeah. I'll leave it on my front doorstep. You can come pick it up.
Yeah, you walk, you just blow a tire. You're like, I'll walk there. Meet me halfway. Meet me down the street. Come on. Oh man.
No, dude, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be awesome. I'm super pumped. I think it's kind of it's something I've always wanted to do.
Well, shoot, and even everyone around here, or even everyone we work with, would be
right.
I mean, you already got a good market there.
Right. Well, everyone. I mean, because I recently built a gun. Mm-hmm. That was my first one I ever built, and I loved it. And I initially thought, dude, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start building firearms.
Oh, I remember you telling me about that.
And then I started looking deeper and deeper into it, and I'm like,
like the stages and levels of it and stuff.
I've got to register with the ATF. I mean, I've got to go. That. They have to do a full on, like, basically life check of me. Like, I have to do a mental check. You have to get a class 2 firearms license, a class 3 firearms license. There's so much that goes into it. You have to get super expensive insurance for it. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely nuts.
Barrier to entry is like, I mean, it's not as much as podcasting, so it might be worth it, but close.
I think it'd be a close second.
It is crazy. There is that much to it.
I mean, so I was like, we'll kind of scratch that for right now. But I think the holster deal, that'll definitely be one that I can definitely take pride in.
Oh man, and you can just build on it and get like more iterations the longer you go and stuff, and do all kinds of rad.
And like everything's going to be custom. So
yeah, that'll be cool.
What the plan is have an order form that has every kind of option that we offer. Yeah. Because I mean, I'll be honest, it's not going to be a whole lot. But there's definitely.
I don't think anything is when you start. You'll get a catalog though.
But yeah,
once you get going.
So it's completely customizable. Everything is what you want and what works best for you.
Maybe by the time the kids are like elementary school, we'll have them just working.
Dude, yeah, just
building holsters.
Yeah, dude, it'll be sick. I mean, because right now, like holsters, if you buy one, there's some things you like about it and there's some things you don't, because honestly, like a concealed carry holster, it all depends on body type. Like me, I'm a bigger dude. So when I carry on the front of me, will do my stomach, dude. I got a belly on me, so that gun, dude, like stabs into my stomach. And then there's some dudes that are just super skinny.
Yeah.
And when they do, it folds into them.
Yeah.
So like if
Either way,
it's 100% customizable, you can get the big guy holster, you can get the skinny guy holster that has a pop out on it.
Make it super nice.
Yeah.
That'll be good. Yeah, because if you're carrying, you have your concealed carry?
Yeah, I do.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
I need to get it.
I got it when I was 21.
I don't know. I'm like the opposite, dude. I'm the only guy at work that just has no clue. Bro, hunting and firearms? Talk to me about your grandma's slippers. I'll know way more about those than any of that. I tell you what.
Dude,
I mean, I love that stuff. I respect it. I got it all, but I am not in the clique. Like when you guys go on those tangents, I'll sit there. So Smith & Wesson attachment? Okay. Oh, wow.
dude, it's a lot, but I don't know. I've always been into it. So
Yeah.
I grew up with it. I'm not
It's like the
not
most
hardcore.
American thing. It's just, you just wake up in the morning, you cook some bacon, you clean your guns,
mow the lawn.
you mow the lawn, dude. Yeah.
That's as American
Living
as
the
you get, dude.
American dream.
That's what I want. That's my ultimate goal.
Heck yeah, dude.
No, dude, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that'll
I'm
be
excited.
rad.
It's gonna be a process, but maybe by GAF 50 we have a fully operational
Yeah.
thing going
That'd
on
be
here.
sick. Yeah, we'll definitely have it on here throughout the whole process. That'll be actually pretty rad to follow along with, I think. The dogs, dude. I mean, they're coming in and out. Obviously, there are producers, so
They're just psyched to be here.
it's just a loose program. Coming in and out, feet scratching on the floor, come in here, rip ass, and then haul ass out. Just see ya. And we're in here like, all right, okay.
We got to deal with this.
There's the other one.
There's the
Checking
other
in
one,
on it.
dude. He's like, Dad, what are we doing? Come on.
I mean,
We got stuff to do.
D-Lane's been looking into a studio, so we might have a lot better setup than this. So
Well, dude, GAF
just pray for us. That's all you can do.
GAF 10's coming up, we're
Yes.
gonna have some guests on. Hopefully,
Crazy. GAF 10, dude.
it's coming up quick.
Yeah.
A lot. We've only been. I mean, our first release was December 25th.
Yeah, it's barely been a month.
It's barely
That's
been a month,
wild.
and we're cooking right along.
Wait, I thought we were going to do one a week. How do we have so many?
Yeah, I don't know.
I like it. The math, it's boy math. It works.
Math ain't mathing, but
Yep.
that's all right, dude. That's all right.
I'm going to edit the dog just right here. I'm just going to zoom in on it. I'm just hanging out.
You're pretty entrepreneurial, Trev.
A little bit. I've owned my own business. I owned a flowback company before the job we have now. Bartholomew, could you please quit knocking the camera down, dude? Look at him. He's pissed. But yeah, it was tough. So the first job I got that I bid, I was like, oh, I'll bid. You get like a email. Well, we got an email for it and like the description and just everything you needed to do. I can't remember too much. Gosh, that was 11 years ago, 12 years ago. Yeah, 2013. But, yeah, so I bid it out and I had two guys that I could like subcontract that I was going to have work at. I bid like after all of it, the invoice and everything, what got paid was just the exact amount for all of it. Zero profit. Like pay enough to pay those guys. And then my like regular wage. And that was it. And then there was a little bit more after that. And then I was 1099 before that every year. So I knew like the tax write-offs and all of that stuff, which was nice. Cause I mean, I was in my late teens and then early 20s. And when you're 1099, no tax, nothing's taken out. So I'm making just like you're 18 making six figures.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, where that stuff went, I have no clue. So like my business entrepreneurial spirit
It went downhill after that.
Kind of got shattered because I'm like, I have nothing to show for that. I'm like,
Right.
looking back, I'm like, dang, life could have been a whole lot different.
Dude, could you imagine? I mean, at that young age, making 6 figures.
Yeah.
What would your life be like now? Even if you would have just, I mean,
my gosh,
not that you would have stuck with, like, you bailed on it, but
Yeah.
if it would have just kept going, where would you be now?
If I would have just invested a 16th of that
Right.
at that age, I'm
Right.
like, what did I do? Because I had no debt. Rent was $500 a month. Like, it was nothing, but live and learn. A lot of it was just food and just random things all the time.
Truck parts,
Yeah, truck parts. Oh my gosh.
Subaru parts,
Just so many dumb things. Yeah.
Rhino line for
Dirt
the
bikes.
for
Yeah.
the Subaru.
Yeah, dude. It was unbelievable. And it was like, I don't know. It takes a long time for invoices to get paid
Right.
sometimes. So you're waiting on that. And like, you'll drain your account and then you can just get a bunch of money and then
Yeah.
you spend all that all fast. It's like maxing your credit card out every month. It was hectic. And now, I don't know. I love the security of like the W-2, but the entrepreneurial, I think you still have that entrepreneurial like spirit a little.
It's not that I don't. It's not that I don't love my job, because I do love my job, but it's also the gratitude that you get from, like, self gratification is the word I was looking for. That this is yours, you built this.
Yeah.
This is what.
You have something to show for
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Like, I made this. Or you're like providing a service for people or something too. You're like, you get to see that satisfaction.
Well, like
Because our job, we don't have any human we don't see.
Well, like, I walk around, like, maybe this is just how my mind works. I don't know. Maybe other people think this way. But, like, I'll walk around and think, what is my biggest inconveniences? What are some of the biggest inconveniences in life? Like, not problems, like the smallest inconveniences.
Yeah.
And how
Like,
can they be fixed?
how can I make that better? I know, because like inventing something from scratch, pretty much impossible. But you
These
can
days.
always, like, you can look at stuff and be like, how could I make that better?
Right.
Like, how could I make this? I mean, the biggest one is like traffic. Like, whoever solves that one, I think, will
Elon's
be
getting it figured out.
the first trillionaire, because like that's the biggest inconvenience for people. But I mean, it's just the tiny stuff. I know a guy that's a deca-millionaire from inventing like an irrigation repair system, and he's like mid-20s,
Yeah.
and he's totally fine because a bigger company, like a bigger agriculture company, bought his deal and then did like a non-compete and all of this and like got all the patents and everything.
Right.
He's chilling. I'm like, man, just something basic like that.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
all
dude,
you
my
gotta do.
grandpa, he had an invention that back in the day, I mean, it was years ago, but he had an invention that up at Powderhorn to keep houses on the side of the hills, because they were literally falling off. They were just caving away. It's a device that lifts the house and keeps it level with just a hand drill.
Yeah.
Like, it's just those things that you
Yeah.
wouldn't think about.
I mean, that's a big one, dude. Like,
Yeah.
if people's houses are just caving in and falling off, if you can solve that, you're good to go
Yeah.
for life, dude. That's a nice one, especially with a hand drill. It's just like, here you
He
go.
lifts a house with a hand drill. I mean, what? I mean, I don't know if it's. I don't think that's a forever fix. I
No.
think it's a temporary fix for just longevity.
If you get
of it.
Mason mad enough, you could have him lift a house with a hand drill, but
Oh yeah,
it's a lot more.
I don't think he needs the
inconvenient.
hand drill. I mean, I really don't think a DeWalt's gonna help him.
Yeah, scoliosis will definitely help, but
Save it for the pod. Save it for the pod.
save her for the pod, dude. Save her 10.
If
But
you
yeah, no, that's
if you were to have a business, what would you do? Like, if you were to just, someone's like, there's no limit. I'm going to give you X amount of dollars. Just start whatever business you want or make whatever product you want. What would you do? I mean,
that is a tough one. I'd probably open up like a resort in like wherever I want to be.
that's
Or like
not where I saw that going.
I would go like I would open up like if money wasn't an option, I would just have like hotel resort casino
Yeah.
combinations with like a Dave and Buster's in there too, and like a go-kart track and like supercross track all in one.
Dude, that's not where I saw you going with that.
And I'd have one in Cabo, and then I'd have one in California. I'd have one in Australia, probably Idaho, maybe Jackson Hole, somewhere up there. And then
Jackson Hole, Wyoming?
Yeah.
Why Jackson Hole?
It's a nice place, dude. That's where all the billionaires are going.
That is true. That is true.
And then maybe Pacific West Coast. Just I'd spread it out. I'd have them all over to where wherever I wanted to be, or if like winter was bad somewhere, or like
just head on down to Cabo.
Too hot here. I'm like, I'm gonna go to my resort there and like chill. And then I'd have those resorts all over the place.
That'd be sick. You ever been to Cabo?
I haven't. No.
Dude, it's cool.
Oh yeah, you were there
last year.
Yeah, that's right.
Last year for New Year's.
That was a year ago.
Yeah, I caught the biggest fish in my life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll put it right here. Right here.
Oh, it's heavy.
No, it wasn't that heavy. No. We'll post a picture of it because I'm proud of it. But no, it was
I hope you forget to send it to me, or I hope I forget to put it on there. It just looks like a big salamander. Heck yeah.
No, dude, it was definitely really fun. I've never been out of the country before, so that was definitely like a shock to me.
Shock.
Yeah, I was like, they're telling me, okay, only drink bottled water. Don't drink it out of the tap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a resort destination, but still, better be safe than sorry. And I'm like,
you're like, all right.
Are you kidding me? And I'm like expecting to go down there and have like the best Mexican food of my life.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I've eaten Taco Bell that's tasted better than some of the food that was down there.
Plot twist, it was just Taco Bell. You're like, pretty sure this is a 3-layer Crunchwrap Supreme, but
it was...
Oh my goodness.
The food was not great, and I was pretty sick after we got home, but it was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to gander down there. I still need to get a passport and stuff.
Yeah, that was... Honestly, I was intimidated when getting a passport. I thought it was going to be a whole lot harder than it was.
Just a breeze. Just nothing. They're like, here you go. You're like,
We went into the post office to take your picture, right?
Yeah.
Well, but the reason... Okay, back up. The reason we went to the post office because they're like, oh, you can go to Walgreens and get your picture taken. And then you just bring in the picture and they'll put it on there.
Mm-hmm.
We get the picture. Our mistake, didn't open up the pictures when we got it. So we go down there to turn it in. They're like, we can't use this. And I'm like, what? She like turns the picture around. Dude, it is just blur. There's nothing. You could not even recognize our faces. So she's like, it's okay. We'll take a picture here.
How did they mess it up that bad?
It's Walgreens. What do you expect? They're a knockoff Walmart.
That's where I was just at right before you got here because I had to go get an SD card for the new camera. I'm like, well, let's see. I'm standing in line. I'm like, well, I probably shouldn't have drank a gallon of water on the way down from the gulch because I am dancing right now. I'm like, I have about 2 minutes before my bladder says, well, I warned you. This is on you now. Hope you like the warmth. The dogs, dude.
They're pumped. They're just pumped to be here. They're loving GAF number 8 right now.
Yeah.
They're loving it. They're pumped. I haven't seen them this excited about a pod.
Yeah, I can't wait till it's Levi and Mason. Like these guests they don't say much. They're super intrusive. Just unbelievable. They come in here, rip it up, smell up the joint. We gotta bump our cameras, lay on our cords. This is just a common occurrence. It's just part of the
GAF experience.
Part of the GAF experience. We did get a new camera, so hopefully this is better quality than our usual setup. I think Bartholomew is going to knock the tripod over, the Amazon Basics tripod. Knock that over. Probably land on something, break it, and then we'll be back to just our normal, terrible quality in no time. But
1 step forward, 2 steps back, buddy.
You can call us a lot of things, but you can't say we didn't try.
What was the old saying? You can call me a lot of things, but you can't call me late for supper.
You can't call me late for supper, okay, bud? Don't beat me there.
So in case you didn't know, Trev used to have a podcast back in the day. And it was a good podcast.
It was not my podcast. I was a guest.
I said a podcast.
I was there for moral support. I did not contribute much at all to that. That was very bad. I wouldn't say I contribute any more to this one. It's still just as bad, but I care a lot more about this one because like it's on video. We didn't have that before all of that. I was just a nervous wreck, on that one. This one,
we're getting more comfortable.
We're here for a good time. Yeah.
We're getting more comfortable. It's getting a little bit less awkward. It's still cringy to listen to it.
Oh yeah.
The other day I was listening to 6, and I was driving to work listening to it, and I mean I'm not gonna lie to you, Trev. I turned it down just a little bit, just to hear a little bit of road noise in the background, just so that way it wasn't as cringe.
Yeah, you're like, I need the watch hours and like the downloads and the playtime, but I don't want to listen to it.
No.
What's that mean for the audience? Anyone that stumbles across it when they're like, these guys really need the watch hours, but this is, I'm going to go and I turn the radio down and the tailgate down. I roll the window down and I jump out when GAF comes on.
Dude, old Pops, he was, he told me,
old Pops, dude,
he told me today, dude, Pops Lane, dude, he told me today, actually, he goes, man, I just finished 6, and I was like, oh, dude, I'm sorry.
You're like,
he's like, you guys are getting better.
Oh yeah,
you guys are getting better.
Yeah, 6 was. I think our trajectory was like this, and then 6 was like, okay, you're back down here. You're back before number 1. That's where you.
I like the little add-ins and the clips that you put in there, dude. I love it.
iMovie is just the dog did it again. That smells so bad, dude. It's because I'm feeding him these new probiotics that are an astronomical price. Like if I spent that much on my food that I eat, it'd be a nightmare, but they got probiotics. Anyways, your dad's probably my dream guest, if I'm being honest.
Dude, my dad would do the pod.
Man, we could talk. Oh, I could talk to him about just work and that kind of stuff forever.
He was a little upset when he found out we were calling him Pops. He was like, I'm not that old, damn it.
Yeah, you don't call me that. That baby ain't here yet. I ain't Pops.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right, Dad.
But now he's kind of embracing the fact of old Pops, dude. He's liking it.
I know. It's the final countdown, dude.
Yeah, we're getting there.
He's got to. Oh, man. He's going to be a spoiler so much. I love it.
Dude, he already has. So
is the baby stuff already just rolling in?
So when we told him, because
it's not going to stop. It's just going to.
We found out, me and my wife, we found out together what we were having, just kind of like a private thing. Yeah. And then we decided to do like a gender reveal for our families. And
Bartholomew, I'm getting tired of this shit. All right, I'm tired of this.
A little private, finding out what it was. And then we did a gender reveals for both of our families.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding you. We told them what it was. Mm-hmm. We told my parents. It was 6 hours. I would say that, and that's pushing it.
Yeah.
And she had a whole wardrobe.
No time at all. Didn't hesitate.
From newborn to 1-year-old.
Already had it in the car. Had like a boy saying.
Oh no, we went shop. We drove to Montrose to go to Marshall's. Oh, that's the closest Marshall.
Yeah.
Because they have such good discount stuff. It's really good.
Yeah.
That and their Target, I guess, is like, I don't know the difference between their Target and our Target, but apparently their Target's better according to the females in the family. But no, we went there, and
insider info.
So many clothes. And
hell yeah.
We're walking through the aisles, and that's like, oh, she would love this. Oh my god, she's gonna look so cute in that.
I love it so much when they're like, they say what the baby will love. Like, Kirsten, we'd have like, I would check her on that. I'd be like, oh, Theo wants a new toy. I'm like, you want to get Theo a new toy. Theo doesn't care about a new toy. Theo cares about the spring thing that catches the doors that goes, bow, wow, wow, wow. That's his favorite toy.
The ceiling fan going around.
All of that stuff. The outfits, all of that. And then you just get it all the time. You just hear it from everybody. You like it. Yeah, maybe she will like that. I'm not going to fight it anymore.
And if you can't tell, everything that we've gotten Theo.
Yeah.
Dude, it's all outfits because my wife's like, "Oh, Theo would love it."
I know. Like the Nike one, I'm like, this is nicer than anything I'm gonna wear. People are gonna look at him and be like, "Wow."
No, my wife says Theo's gonna love it.
Yeah, he belongs on a golf course in that latest outfit. That one looks sick. Even the playpen you got him, that's like the number one. That's our number one thing.
Oh,
Did you
I'm
see we
glad.
got the net around it?
I haven't seen it.
He's crawling now, so now it's we gotta contain him because
He's just all over the place.
once they can crawl, I mean, everyone warned me. They weren't kidding. They can get around. Like you look away for a second, they're across the way. You're like, whoa, did you just teleport?
They're just cooking.
I knew you learned how to crawl, but when did you learn how to teleport? You got to teach me that, old son. Please.
How hard was it to pick a name? Because that's what me and my wife are going through right now is trying to find. We've got a certain set of names.
Yeah.
But my wife's like, "No, I don't want to pick a name too early because, what if I change my mind?" And I told her, I gave her a deadline. I was like, once 20 weeks rolls around,
Yeah.
she's gonna have a name. Because
It is
I'm tired of calling her little girl or she. Like, she needs a name.
Yeah, you want that name. Yeah, totally. Ours wasn't too bad. If we have a girl, it'll be real easy because Carson has like the name she wants. But we used an app that's like Tinder.
Yeah.
That we both got where you like swipe right.
I've heard of it.
Whoever, like, I can't remember if it's right or left. I think you go left if you don't like it and right if you do like it. And then any that you both like, you can go on those. So that's honestly how we got is because we both like Theo. But we like Theo, not Theodore.
Yeah.
We don't want him to be Theodore. So that'll be a one that people are confused. I might still call him Theodore every once in a while, even though that's not his name. Yeah. Just for fun, just to keep him on his toes,
Be like, wait, what?
He's like, excuse me, Dada. I wish he could say that. Maybe. But yeah, the names, it's tough because it's like, it's only gonna be one of the most important things of their entire life for the next
It's so much pressure.
90 years.
Oh, it's so much pressure. But at the same time, I'm like, I want this done.
Especially some of the names nowadays that are like trending. You're like, I don't know if I want to name my daughter Cleopatra, but it is like number one trending. So
Atticus. I've seen Atticus a lot.
Atticus isn't too bad.
It's just, see, and we're going back. I'm a basic dude.
Atticus for a girl?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Clover. I even seen one. It was Love.
Well,
Just Love.
remember when Michael Jackson's kid was named Blanket? And you're like, that's a weird name. And now it's like,
Nah.
that's just normal. That's par for the course.
Yeah, dude. It's not that big a deal.
Or like all the silent letters in there.
Like Elon's.
Like that one girl from Utah. Chickenly and frickin'ly.
What?
But yeah, Elon's, you can't even pronounce that.
Oh, you can't.
I mean, if you're a billionaire, you probably could. It's probably some secret language.
I don't know. It's been a struggle. And I get,
Yeah,
and
like-
I 100% get my wife, like her holding off on it because that is a huge decision to make. But like at the same time, I'm getting anxious, so I'm like, "Come on, babe, let's get it together."
I should find that app. I'll get you guys on that because ours was like we saw it. There was like 4 names on there. We're like, and we like eliminated the other 3. We're like, It was between Theo and like one more. I'm like, I don't know. And we're like, yeah, Theo will work. So it wasn't like that much. We probably should have put more emphasis in it, but what can you do?
We got the middle name. We've had the middle name. Well, actually, I chose the middle name. My wife,
Heck yeah.
My wife didn't. She didn't really. Not
So
that she didn't care,
you're halfway
but
there then.
but I thought we'd have the first name before the middle name.
It's tough because you want it to ring too with the middle name.
Yeah, and we're just going
Or
with
not.
my wife's middle name.
There you go.
I
Perfect.
think it's great.
That's all you can do. Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do. But I don't know. Once we have the name, that's gonna be. I'll be set. I'll be good.
You miss like the good old days of just like Sarah or Martha or Gladys or
Bertha.
yeah, Bertha. Yeah, heck yeah. Earl. Ronald.
Carl.
Coral.
My grandpa's name was Ronald.
Cletus. Yeah.
Dale. Do it for Dale.
Yeah, we still we're doing it for Dale. We're doing this for Dale.
Yeah, absolutely.
We do everything for Dale.
R.I.P.
Except get new tires.
He didn't.
Too soon. Yeah, you're right. Should have paid it, dude. Should have paid it. I'm just kidding. I don't even know. That's the thing.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, pit lane. Nah, you don't need it. Keep going.
Man. Can you imagine doing that for work? Like, that's your job. Like, I think about like all the athletes, like NFL players,
Yeah.
NASCAR drivers, NBA. That's your job.
Takes a special person. I mean, it's all they know.
How do they do it with the travel though? Like, how do you have a family and travel like that?
You don't see them much. You have a lot of side pieces.
Is that how that works?
Your nanny's on payroll. You got a few nannies. Yeah, it's definitely a different lifestyle.
Did you ever travel for work?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day?
Yep. Yeah, let's see, maybe 5 states. Traveled for a while. We were, I was a water dog. So we'd clean compressor cooling fins. So like, it's basically a huge radiator with a massive fan behind it. And then all of the fins, we'd get in there with like soap and water and just clean all the stuff out that the fan would spray into there and cool it down. And I was the water dog, which means I'm in a full like water suit down below.
Water dogging, dude.
Cleaning. And it's just terrible chemicals. Unbelievably hot.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a compressor station. So they're like, we're shutting this down. We're not even going to let like the power and stuff settle down. We're going to lock this and tag it out. There's probably still some power in there somewhere. So if it jolts, just keep going. Because we need this thing back going like ASAP. So it's like you have all this gas and everything that had just been running through it.
Right.
And it's super, super hot. And then they're like, all right, get in there. So you're spraying it and it's like, it's turning to steam. Like it'll eventually, the water and soap will eventually cool it down. But when you're first spraying it with the soap and stuff, it's not even getting there. It just turns to steam. And then I'm underneath just
soaking it in.
Yeah, just dying. It was rough. We went bunch of stuff in like Denver, up north, Greeley, bunch of stuff in Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, a little bit of Idaho, bunch in Utah.
You gotta tell a story about sleeping in the windowsill.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You gotta tell that story.
I think we were staying in, what was it? Sydney, Montana.
Oh. I have friends that live in Sydney, Montana.
Really?
Yeah.
That's where the hotel was.
Oh, wow.
Because Williston was completely full. So we go to Sydney, Montana, get a hotel room, just tiny. I think it was like $1,200 for the night. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could be wrong on that because the Willistons might have been. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, drive to Sydney, Montana, and we stay there for the night. And we have a crew. I think with the foreman, we had 6 guys.
Oof.
And then 2 like full beds, I think. Maybe they were queens. So it was like 4 guys, 1 guy on the floor. And then I slept in the windowsill because there was no more room. And it was sketch. This hotel was built with like, it was built very fast and very cheap. It felt like, so I was like, I might fall out of this little thing. It was rough.
Was it during the boom?
It was 2012.
Okay.
Like spring and summer of 2012. And it was such a terrible experience. It was great because like flowback had slowed down. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm going to do something. Knew a guy. He got me on. He's like, yeah, it's great pay, but he was a foreman. So they make all the money. We don't make anything. And we got like $40 a day per diem, which like in Denver and like the cities and stuff was fine. Mm-hmm. When you go to North Dakota or even Vernal,
oh no,
that wasn't even like one meal. We went to Taco Bell and it wasn't even in Williston. It was south of that. Maybe Gillette, Wyoming. I can't remember. It was one of those towns. And even the Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, it's $18 for like 2 soft tacos and a drink and like a cinnamon thing. Like the menu, I think I have a picture of it. The menus at the fast food places, everything's like 10 times more than it should be. Like something here that's like $3 was like $15. So I was just like, oh my gosh. And then like the Walmarts and stuff, it was booming. And then, all right, dogs, if you're going to fight, all right, okay. Yeah, do that. That's explicit content. Go. Go. All right, yeah, your tails are just going to do that too. Scram. She doesn't want to talk to you. But yeah, the fast food and just even like the grocery stores, like the shelves and stuff, anything that was good wasn't there because people would get it. Like they'd bring pallets and stuff out from the semis. So like company men or whoever would be there, they would just buy like a pallet of things like the Mountain Dews and stuff they couldn't keep on the shelves. It wasn't like all the shelves were empty, but it was just, there was
nothing great.
So unorganized. Yeah. Everything's just dirty up there. It was crazy. But, like Vernal, Utah, that one was actually pretty nice. Their rec center was insanely nice because there was some days where you wouldn't work, but we couldn't drive the work truck. Mm-hmm. So you're just either stuck in the hotel room or you got to walk everywhere.
Right.
It was not the funnest. And then I ended up quitting because I'm like, okay, I'm making $15 an hour. And which for me at that time was good money, but it's like up there with only the $40 per diem.
Right.
One meal, you're out. And then if you need anything else,
you're completely screwed.
You're screwed. So it was like buying a cell phone charger if yours breaks or sunglasses or something. It breaks the bank. Yeah. So I ended up quitting because I'm like, my credit card is maxed.
I'm paying to work here.
Yeah, it was rough, but it was a good experience just to get out there. There was one time we were in Wyoming and I had Domino's the night before, and I ate like this because the days are long. You're working like 16, 18 hours. And I got this huge like deep dish pizza with like Cinna sticks and like cheese bread. Mm-hmm. It was like this meal box for like a family. I ate the whole thing. We're heading to location the next day, just out in the middle of nowhere. And it's like one of the company people we're following them and they're just going like 15 miles an hour. And I'm like, my stomach's just blub, blub.
All right, boys, we got to pick it up.
I'm like, oh no. Like, I shouldn't have ate that whole pizza because I am just, it's there. And so once we get to that location and stop, I'm like, there's nothing there, no portage on nothing. I'm like, I gotta go, guys. Is there any napkins or something? They're like, oh, yeah. We get to location and I'm like, do you guys have napkins or anything? They give me some, like a box of Kleenex or something we had. And I'm just sprinting. There's like this little pond. It's not even a pond. It's just like a thing of water. Yeah. And there's just all these cattle around it. So I go behind that thing. I like jump, like I'm in a war, like jumping into a barricade, like jump behind that. And I'm just looking at these cows and I'm just like letting it rip. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in so much pain. Like, get out of me. It's like an exorcism out there, dude. Get this demon out of me. I promise, Lord, I'll do whatever you want. Just make me feel better, please.
Don't let me die.
I'm sweating, dude. Ugh. And I mean, by the end, it was indistinguishable from the cow patties around it. And then went back, and they're like, "You good?" Yeah, I think so.
As you wipe the sweat from your brow.
Oh man, yeah, that was embarrassing and tough. I'm like, geez, it was just that whole situation was a tough one, but yeah, it was worth it. Learning experience. Yeah. You had some of that. You traveled for work, didn't you?
Yeah, I traveled for work.
You had an amazing work truck when you did it too.
For which job?
What was the 2-wheel drive like?
Oh, and I was locating utilities.
Yeah,
dude.
That's the one.
They send me over to Denver, over the passes. It's November, December, January in Colorado. And they send me to Denver in a 2-wheel drive Nissan Frontier.
It's like illegal. Like you have to have chains.
There was traction laws.
Yeah.
And I tell my boss, I'm like, dude, I either have to get chains, I either got to get snow tires or a new truck.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, just do it. If someone pulls you over, just tell them that my boss told me to do it. I was like, I don't think that's how the ticket system works.
No, yeah.
So just go ahead and bill it to so-and-so. That's not how this works.
Which would be more than the tires or more than...
Yeah.
That would be more than all of that.
Well, and they send me to Denver like right after Thanksgiving. And so I was expected to be there 2 months. But we couldn't have a day off. Like you had to work until your tickets were done.
Yeah.
So I'm working, Monday through Sunday, just vibing. But we couldn't start working until 8 a.m. and we had to be done by 4. I couldn't drive the company truck. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't leave my hotel. So what I would do was I asked my boss, I was like, can I just on the way back, can I just stop at Walmart and get groceries? I mean, it's not going to be groceries. All I have is a microwave and a sink a bathroom sink in this hotel room, but I can get some cup of noodles or something.
Yeah.
So I'm not spending all this money on fast food or, whatever. And he goes, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, not in the budget.
You can't do that. And I was like,
you're only
okay.
making us $250 an hour. We can't afford it.
So what I had to do was I had to walk to Walmart. Well, it was about 1.5 miles away.
Yeah.
So I'd walk there. I'd walk back with all my groceries, put it up in the hotel room.
Steps then.
Oh, dude, so much for that job. And I mean, when you're locating,
even locating, you're walking all day.
You'd hook up to a gas meter or a transformer, and you just have to walk.
Yeah.
And they had me in downtown Denver. I mean, up by the Capitol, up over off Colfax.
Oh,
like
good area.
Just right over there. So
Can't believe you didn't get initiated into a gang.
Oh no, some dude. It was lunchtime. I'd clock out, and I was like, I want to get some good times. I haven't had good times in forever.
What is that?
It's it's a really old place. I don't think there's many of them around anymore. We used to have one in Junction, but it went out of business when I was little. But
is it a restaurant?
It's a fast food joint.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I stopped there, and I'm in the drive-thru, and this homeless guy comes knocking on my window.
Yeah,
and he's like, "You have a few bucks to spare?" And I didn't. I didn't have any.
Dude.
I had no cash.
You're like, no, do you? Like, can you help me?
I had a scratch ticket, a $3 scratch ticket that I had won $3 on.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I got this. I was like, you can go try and turn it in. I don't know if it's any good, but you can try. I see him walk to the gas station and come out. I'm expecting I don't even know what I'm expecting. He just walked out with a tall boy.
Yeah.
He was pumped, dude.
Yeah. Oh, you made his day.
But then I'd have to go back to the hotel at night. I couldn't do anything. I mean, literally nothing. You can't drive your work truck. I'm in a hotel that there's nothing really around.
I'd be looking for a gang to get initiated into for just the freedom. Or I'd be driving on the bad roads where it says you have to chain up and stuff just to get arrested so I could go to prison and have more freedom. Be like, get me out of this.
Well, dude, I don't play video games. But my brother, actually, he told me, he's like, dude, bring your Xbox. He goes, even if you don't play video games, you have Netflix or something on it. You can watch a movie or something at night.
Right.
And luckily I did. And I don't play video games, dude. I beat Grand Theft Auto 5 4 times.
Oh my gosh!
And I got
That's
on my
hectic.
I worked as fast as I could, as hard as I could, just to get this done. I finished.
Yeah, you're like, I got to get back to GTA 5. I got missions to complete.
No, I finished I was supposed to be there through January 20-something, 23rd or 24th. Yeah. I finished December 21st.
Oh my God.
And that was my brother's birthday.
Schedule. What if they're like, oh, you finished early, but we had you there till January. Just stick it out. Just hang out. We'll call you if we need anything. You're just like,
dude, it was so bad. I did my Christmas shopping while I was there. No, I didn't drive the work truck. No, I took the city bus.
Public transit.
Down to the mall.
Yeah.
Just to get my Christmas presents.
Down historically.
It was epic. I'd have to say that was probably the worst job I ever had. Besides, I mean, honestly, it was worse than getting punched in the face. I'd rather get punched. At least I'd had something to do at that point.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, you needed I mean, you could be a UFC fighter at that point. Getting punched in the face, at least you get paid more.
Yeah, yeah. Then after that, I started working for I actually dug trenches for a cable company.
Oh yeah.
And we traveled a lot for that. I mean, I wasn't in town
Yeah.
ever.
All over the place. Rambling, man.
And if I wasn't digging ditch, I was using the directional drill. We were drilling it in. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was all over Colorado. We didn't ever leave the state.
But still, just
I mean, from here
places no one's even heard
to
of.
Pueblo, Alamosa, Lamar, Salida, Buena Vista, Craig, Meeker, all over the place. Dude.
Yeah.
Just, and again, couldn't drive the work trucks.
It's so nice. Like, that's another thing. Just being home every night, being able to just head
it's a
home.
huge thing.
Oh, that's worth its weight in gold.
100%.
Because traveling and stuff, like, I have a lot of friends that, like, salesmen or representatives or something that fly a lot. Mm-hmm. And they're used to it, and they get, like, bumped to business class and stuff. So I think it's not too bad once you do it. But I only fly, like, on vacations and stuff. I can't stand it.
Oh, I can't
hate
stand
it
flying
so much. I'm like, or even like road trips. I love road trips, but only here and there. I don't like driving just like a full, when you got to drive somewhere and it's just a full day just to get there.
Yeah.
And you only have a few days to like be on vacation. I'm like, I don't like that either. Cause then you got to drive back. So like traveling all the time or being like you said, in like a tour bus or something, like those guys do. I don't know
how they do it. Me and my dad last year drove back from Michigan.
That's a hike.
And dude, I was dreading it because I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be terrible. But
you guys did it in a day on the way back, didn't you?
so
You guys like switched off?
so here's a funny story. So we flew out one day because we had to, my dad's uncle had passed away. So we had to go clean out his house and do all that kind of stuff because the rest of his living relatives were really elderly. I mean, I'm talking like 95 years old. They could not fly, and they lived in New Mexico. So there was just
not happening.
It wasn't happening. There. So my dad's like, "We'll do it." So we flew out there on a Thursday. Got to the house, started cleaning stuff out, and it was just him. He lived alone. We got it cleaned out most of the way the first day we were there.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, we could leave tomorrow if we wanted to.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, let's do it.
You're like, let's hightail.
So we finished cleaning up on Friday. We started driving back by noon on Friday. We made it back at like 5 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah, that's
from
crazy.
Michigan.
That is crazy. That's so far.
Me and my dad were like, oh, we'll just switch off driving, you know?
Yeah.
We started off in, it's kind of close to Grand Rapids, Michigan. Mm-hmm. Started off there. Yeah. I drove all the way until the Colorado line.
Oh, gosh. I didn't know you did all that.
Dude, I mean, I drove all the way. But like, it wasn't any fault of my dad's.
How far is... Dude, that's over a day.
Yeah, we stopped, or
over 12 hours, wouldn't it be?
Oh, no, it was, yeah. Because I think it was 21 hours was the total drive. And my dad drove the last 4 hours. But it wasn't any fault. Because my dad's like, dude, just pull over. I'll drive. I was like, no, dude, we can keep going.
You just trucked through it.
We can go. Because we only stopped.
You're so tired by the end. You're just hallucinating, seeing stuff. You're like, whoa.
So we stopped.
That's not an octopus.
We left. We stopped about an hour in just to get food because it was around lunchtime. Yeah. So we stopped and got some food. Then we drove all the way just to the west side of Illinois before we stopped for gas next time.
Yeah.
And then after that stop, we didn't stop until we hit Nebraska.
Jeez.
Just on
that was in a truck?
Mm-hmm.
What truck?
F-150, dude. 2023 F-150.
3.5? 5.0.
2.7.
2.7. The sip in the fuel. That thing got good mileage. That's wild. That's good.
And so we stopped there.
5.0.
Yeah,
Obviously not. Obviously
come
not
on,
5.0.
Trev.
Let's be serious.
And then we stopped in Nebraska to sleep. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we got in about 1 a.m., 2 a.m. to Nebraska. We woke up at about 6.
Cornhuskers, right?
Yep. Oh yeah, brother.
Back in your home turf, dude.
But then we woke up about 6 that morning, took off driving. My dad's like, dude, just let me drive. I was like, no, dude, I'm fully rested. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
So I drove.
Fresh spring chicken.
I drove through all the way through Nebraska, and then we got to just out like the Colorado line.
Yeah.
I don't even know what town it was in. All that was there was a gas station and a Subway.
La Junta, dude.
No, dude, it wasn't even that.
Just nothing.
There was just nothing there.
I mean, all you really need in a town is a Subway and a gas station. You're good there.
So we stopped for fuel, ate Subway, and let me tell you, it was the worst Subway I've ever had. I haven't had Subway since. I can't eat it. It's that bad.
Well, I mean, it's probably a population of like 5, so they're like,
Dude, it was bad. And then my dad's like, I was like, all right, you can drive now. So I drove through Michigan.
oh my gosh.
So I drove through
Yeah, what's below Michigan?
Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa,
And then Nebraska.
Nebraska. And those I drove through 5 states.
Oh my gosh. Oh geez. So you got into the north side of Colorado even.
Yeah, no, it was the far, northeast corner there. We had to come down through Fort Morgan. And
Even where we're at, that's still
we came down through Fort Morgan right there.
wild.
But I have to say that was it was so fun. I had a blast.
Yeah.
It
You're
was
like, I could do this for a living, just being over the road trucker.
Oh, I couldn't do that. But like, it was just fun. Like just me and my dad just hanging out.
Down, loading up and
We were
trucking.
westbound and down there, buddy.
That is westbound, yeah. Oh my gosh.
No, it was fun. I'd do it again.
I'd
100%.
get you train horns for the next one. You could just have kids on the side. Just,
Dude, the craziest thing though was through Iowa, because you're coming through, and we were in the dark,
yeah.
and all of a sudden, the whole horizon just turned red, flashed red, and then it went away, and then it flashed red again. The amount of windmills
Oh yeah.
in Iowa, I knew they had a lot,
There's
but
such a
I
nice
was,
store.
oh my gosh, dude, it was wild.
Yeah, those things are they're thick out there. Mm-hmm. Like, man, I would never want to live here because you have wind and then you have those. You're like,
Yeah.
those are a good sign. Those are like a red flag not to. Those are basically just say stay away from here.
The worst driving though that ever was just outside of Chicago. The worst traffic I've ever experienced in my entire life, and it was at rush hour.
Oh my gosh.
It was about 4:30, 5 o'clock on a Friday.
Yeah.
So
You're just like, where are all you guys going?
in a
What are we
rainstorm,
doing? Oh my gosh. So they were just ready.
it was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah, that's brutal. I'm glad we live somewhere where it's not. We don't have the crazy traffic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to handle it. That's pretty rad you made it that far though. Cause then you're challenging yourself. You're like, I'm going the distance.
Oh, dude, I don't remember what the total miles was, like mileage that I drove was.
A lot.
I want to say it was close to 1,100 miles. And we only stopped for gas 3 times.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. 2.7 for life, dude.
Yeah, it was sick, especially like with traffic and stuff, dude. I'm just